Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is April the 23rd, 2019. Strong hand. This is where the big boys play. Offended by selling. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. We're going to talk about that. Unconfiscatable. Deferral of gratification. Don't FOMO on altcoins. We're also going to talk about that. Okay. Check out the links below. Follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TechBalt, disruptmeister.com, all my old shows. Get nice shirts like this, linked to below. Affiliate links. Check out the notes. Just check out the notes section. I'll read it. That's your homework. You can't fully understand the show unless you read the notes and you click on the links and you check out everything that I talk about. All these great writers and content producers and opinion people out there. Okay, now speaking about opinion people, there's a great guy out there named JC Botha. Yeah, he's in South Africa. I actually met him in Johannesburg, and he's watching this show right now. I think he might be in the chat. So hey, JC, he has a wonderful tweet out there, and I linked to it below. Click on it and follow him on Twitter. And I'm just going to give some of my favorite parts of the tweet. He brings up, and again, he's in South Africa, so check out his perspective on this. You don't acquire Bitcoin to get rich. You acquire Bitcoin to keep yourself from being poor. And I mean, that's a great attitude to have, especially when you're in a country that can inflate away all your savings, which has, of course, happened in Zimbabwe, which is right next door to South Africa, which is currently, the inflation in the rand is terrible. It's, well, compared to some currencies, it's okay, but it's compared to the dollar, it's terrible. But again, so think about that, people. Don't get into this. I mean, there's so many people who love flashy, crazy things and who don't have long-term thinking. You want to put yourself in a situation where you're going to live a stable life, where you're not going to have to worry about being poor. And this is a newfangled preservation of wealth mechanism. And that's the take he has on it. And he has learned this through watching some great people out there. He mentioned some of the people he follows. There's some great names that he follows out there. So he's gathered this information over time, and I give him credit for making this great tweet. And again, I'm not quoting the entire tweet. I'm just taking two things that I like from it. So you got to check it out. And he says that Bitcoin it's not to defeat. It's not the destroyer of the current fiat system. It's the answer to the current fiat system. There are all these people, and I totally agree with that. There are all these people like, oh, Bitcoin's going to destroy the dollar. Bitcoin's going to be the dominant. It's not the destroyer. It's not the defeater. It's the answer, okay? It's the answer to the current system that we're in. So you can have the answer. You can get it right. And most people will get it wrong. The other system will continue, but you'll have the correct answer. How about looking at it that way? And I brought this up in the past, but he frames it a different way. So check that out. I wanted to start the show off with those inspirational thoughts. All right, so let's talk about altcoin monkey branching. First of all, pound that like button if you like how I can bring up the term monkey branching in a cryptocurrency video, in a Bitcoin video. So yesterday, I finished my show. And I was on Twitter. I don't know how I stumbled upon this, but I pointed this out before. There's so many bad sources of information out there when it comes to cryptocurrency. All sorts of people trying to get you to trade, trying to get you to buy fifth-tier altcoins, diversification for the sake of diversification, fancy sets and graphics, bikini models. I mean, all sorts of distractions and crypto noise. And some people really buy into it. Some of the people that are selling this crypto noise, probably most of them, really buy into it. And it just goes to show you, in this world, there are so many people that just want to be with the hottest and greatest flavor of the month. They're never satisfied. They have to be with the best, what they think is the best, what they think is the trendiest, okay? The just short-term flavor of the month type of people, okay? And they got to diversify. They got to have a portfolio, okay? And that portfolio is made out of a bunch of nonsense. They might have like, I saw a portfolio out there. I'm not going to embarrass the person, okay? The person said, I think their portfolio was like 20% Bitcoin, or it was 20% Ethereum, 15% Bitcoin. And then all the rest was just like nonsense altcoins that some I'd never heard of before. I couldn't believe it. And this person has videos of right stuff, and people followed. People like this person, whoever this person may be. And you most likely you've never. I have only actually heard this person a couple times. So this is not. But anyway, that's not the point of this. I was just thinking like. It's altcoin monkey branching. Okay, that's what it is. People will get onto these altcoins, okay, and they'll think, oh, this is the greatest thing, but they'll be holding on to another one just in case for when that one becomes the hot flavor of the month. So then they'll be holding on to that old one, and then they'll drop it, but they might not tell anyone that they're dropping it, and then they'll move on to the next one. Okay, and so I think some of these people who they're not intentionally misleading people. That's just the way they. That's just the way they operate. They monkey branch. And look, no, it's just that's the mindset of, I guess, many 80%ers. I'm not going to say all 80%ers, but if they just were long-term thinkers, if they just could defer gratification, if they just didn't need to get caught up in all this hype, they could just be loyal people who wanted to save. They would just be on Bitcoin. That's it. That's the simple answer. Loyal to, and loyal might not be the wrong, because I'm comparing it to the monkey branching in that many, and again, it tends to be a certain gender might monkey branch more than another gender, and the person who actually that I stumbled upon this video is of that gender that seems to monkey branch quite a bit. There's a Ventions in the chat. I knew he'd be in the chat tonight, and he would enjoy me bringing up such a topic. But I mean, that's the world of altcoins. Okay, it's a cheating type of world. It's yeah, man, this is the greatest one. But and then the person who's saying is like thinking that another one's the greatest one. They want to get to that other one before you get to that other one, and they want the high status one. But the high status one is just a flake. It changes all the time in the altcoins. Okay, it changes all the time. Who's the high status? And so you just monkey branch to the next one, monkey branch to the next one. Who wants to live in that? Who wants to be that kind of person? I shouldn't say that because there's a certain type of person that loves to do that cheats, that loves to be with the hottest, with the flashiest, and then in the long run they end up with nothing. They end up with cats, right? That's what they end up with. You don't want to end up with cats, okay? You want to end up with Bitcoin, okay? So why try to figure out what's the flavor of the month, when to get rid of the flavor of the month, when to move on to the next flavor of the month, and be involved in that circle of people who don't even know what they're talking about, who are just diversifying for the sake of diversification, who got a hot tip on the latest ICO. I mean, it's ridiculous. Some of the shows that are being made out there about certain coins are just because that person has reached out to them, to put it nicely, or to put it okay. So anyway, and to reinforce this point, I stumbled upon a Tone Vay's tweet today, and he's got all these charts. I linked to it below of all these coins over the years that have been in the top 5 and top 10 on CoinMarketCap. Some of them basically do not even exist anymore. Okay, now again, there's a little bit of nuance to the altcoins. There are some top tier ones, but it's so few. And the monkey branchers, they don't really mess with the top tier ones. It's all about the flavor of the month ones. You know, IOTA to Neo to Rip to whatever. I don't even know their names. Okay, there's so many ridiculous ones that are out there now, and so many ridiculous ones in the future. So I'm throwing this out there because I know some of you are disgusted by the concept of monkey branching. Yet some of you want to be involved in the diversification for diversification, sake of diversification world of altcoins. And maybe you'll be disgusted out of being in it if you think of it that way, that it's a bunch of monkey branchers out there. And you don't know if the information you're getting is current or relevant. And they're just about to move on to what they know is the next hot thing. But in the long run, they just end up with the cats. Pound that like button. You want to end up with the Bitcoin. Anyway, So Tour de Meester has a tweet out there. It says, yesterday, the volume of CME Bitcoin futures exceeded the volume of the single largest spot Bitcoin exchange, Binance, $379 million to $257 million. I expect this trend to continue. In my opinion, price discovery on Bitcoin derivatives markets will become a huge and likely misunderstood part of this ecosystem, ideally helping to lower volatility and allowing for much broader capital participation. Okay, I actually combined two tweets there. One was Tour de Meester, one was someone that he quoted. So you just got to check it out to see who he quoted there. Sorry, I didn't say the guy's name. But no, yeah. So he sees Bitcoin derivatives as something we're all going to have to deal with, and is something that is going to be misunderstood. He's putting it nicely. Yeah. Don't panic, people. I mean, the financialization of Bitcoin is coming. You don't have to participate in it. You don't have to deal with Bitcoin derivatives. I think becoming a fully functional financial market in terms of what we see in traditional markets is a good thing. It will bring more interest into the space. Some people don't consider you legit until you've got derivatives. Okay, that's their opinion. They're going to wait until that's the thing over here in the Bitcoin world. Okay, let them wait. You want to get in before they get in, okay? And on that note, I want to analyze something else that that Tour de Meester tweeted out. This is from a guy commenting on Tour de Meester's report, which I still have not read. Not our research to credit goes to Adamant, but this is a good read and supports our observations. What's also clear from our viewpoint, and this is not Tor speaking, this is someone else. What is also clear from our viewpoint is that the caliber of buyers is higher and the buying power more significant than in the past. They are not fully active yet, but that's the direction of travel. So what this man is saying is that the caliber of Bitcoin buyer, it's getting higher caliber buyers. And the buying power is more significant. He's saying that richer, more long-term thinking type of individuals, not Johnny-come-lately flippers and monkey branchers and stuff, but professional, rich, long-term, the people that you love to hate, okay? The rich are getting richer. The people who's, you complain, oh, the rich are getting richer. Well, they're moving in. The caliber of buyer is going up, and they are not fully active yet, but that's the direction of travel. So this guy foresees wealthier and wealthier investors coming into here, okay? Coming into the space and buying up Bitcoin. That's the trend. The long-term thinker is moving in here and buying up more and more. And again, they're not necessarily morally better people, okay? But he's talking about anyway, what's the word? Higher caliber in terms of their finances and their ability to become wealthy. So yeah, they're coming. They've been increasing. If you're a no coiner now, you're just going to end up complaining about them. Don't be a no coiner. Aim for that first Bitcoin before those higher caliber people just say, oh, I'm going to buy 20. I mean, just imagine all of a sudden a few, over a month period, 100,000 of them say they're going to buy 20. I mean, it's going to happen one day. It's the higher caliber buyers are coming in. The people who understand long-term thinking, the people who don't need Adam Meister to constantly remind them to defer gratification, the people who are already wealthy, they're coming in. The people who are going to play around with Bitcoin derivatives, they're going to come in. So you want to be in there before them. And I've said it in many different ways, but it's interesting that someone phrased it in the way that is in that link below. All right. The Block Crypto mentioned something that Matt Odell mentions, because Matt Odell came up with this new product called Final Message. Final Message, new application, will help users pass on their Bitcoin when unforeseen events occur. People have asked me, how do I make a plan to pass on my Bitcoin when I die? Well, Matt Odell's got something out there, okay? So you can read about it. It's linked to below. I haven't fully explored it yet, but a lot of people have this question. So he is solving a problem that a lot of people have. So he's in motion, and so is his partner. And this is a great thing. Hopefully there'll be other products that compete with it that make it easy for you to, if you just suddenly die, the people you want to get your Bitcoin will get your Bitcoin. Pound that like button. Finally, I think I've covered everything. Remember to go to sportsmeister.com. If you don't like to see my face and you want to hear this in podcast form, you can get all my shows in audio podcast form, including some classics at sportsmeister.com. That'll link you to all these podcasts, and you can subscribe whatever way you do. Okay, my buddy Dave Akers, who was on the show, talk about Be Private. He got into a Twitter battle with System Coin, which is an exchange out of Turkey. Okay, and they straight up lie about the dude in one of their tweets. Okay, and it just goes to show you the exchanges out there. It's the wild, wild west. Why you would want to deal with a Turkish cryptocurrency exchange is beyond my understanding. That you wouldn't expect something like this to happen. You should expect something like this to happen. Okay, I met plenty of people from Turkey. They're great guys. They want, when I went to WashU, I knew dudes. They're interesting dudes. They went to Hopkins. They want to get, a lot of people want to get out of Turkey. I mean, there's a lot of shadiness that goes on there. And so, I mean, there are exchanges all over the world. Why are you dealing with a Turkish exchange, people? And the same goes for so many other, I mean, so yeah, of course they can lie. They can say, they can do whatever they want to do. Be careful, people. Be really careful out there. It's not just Turkish exchanges. It's all sorts of exchanges. They can be as shady as they want to. They can tweet lies about you if they want to. And then the funny thing is like people rip on Dave. They're like, they say he's like, you ripped on Hit BTC and now you rip on these guys? Come on, dudes. Come on. I mean, taking the side of the exchanges, of the shady exchanges. I mean, you just I don't know. I don't know what to say about those people whose default is to trust the exchanges. To try it, it's supposed to be a decentralized world here, and you're like trusting these very, there's been we've talked about the reports on here about the volume, the lies about the volume on most exchanges, and some people are going to default saying, oh no, if you've had a problem with two exchanges, it must be you must be the problem. It's not the Turkish exchange or the Hit BTC. I mean, and they get away with it because they know they can get away with it. They can straight up lie because people are so addicted to altcoin gambling. Hey, so if you're an altcoin gambler, you just what you're going to deal with. Be a strong hand holder of Bitcoin, defer gratification, understand that Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Don't FOMO over altcoins. Don't be an altcoin monkey brancher. Strong hand. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, check out the notes section below. Oh yeah, today did Bitcoin hit for the year? It hit an all-time high for this year. A yearly high in terms of fiat. Well, big deal. I'm sure there are all these. I'm sure that's what all the other shows are about. See you guys. I'll talk to you in the chat now. Bye-bye. Pound that like.